Uh-oh. Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's Hump Day.
Hump day!
It's Hump Day.
Hump day! Uh-oh. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Uh-oh. Mike. What day is it, Mike?
It's Hump Day.
Hump day!
It's Hump Day.
Hump day!
It's Hump Day, friends, let's have a blast. A Disney Day adventure from start to last. Grab your snacks, your favorite toys. Let's explore magical lands with joy. Humpday hangout, a magical spree with Zip-a-Dee-Doo and friends you see. Laughing, singing, dancing all the way. Perfect day, come with me. Mickey Mouse and Minnie too, Donald Duck, Goofy and crew. We'll meet them all, shake their hands, explore the lands and see the band. Humpday hangout, a magical spree with Zip-a-Dee-Doo and friends you see. Laughing, singing, dancing all the way, perfect day, come with me. Let's ride the ride so tall and grand. Explore the castles throughout the land. Make memories that will never fade. A Disney Day adventure, oh so great. Humpday hangout, a magical spree with Zip-a-Dee-Doo and friends you see. Laughing, singing, dancing all the way. Perfect day, come with me. Let's ride the ride so tall and grand. Explore the castles throughout the land. Make memories that will never fade. A Disney Day adventure, oh so great. Humpday hangout, a magical spree with Zip-a-Dee-Doo and friends you see. Laughing, singing, dancing all the way. Perfect day, come with me.
What's up, everybody? Happy Hump Day. We are halfway through the week. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. If there was 6 days in a week where I had to work, I don't think I'd make it. I'd probably just stop the bus, throw the keys out the window, and get out. Anyway, how's it going over there, ladies? Good?
We're good.
Yeah, good. But welcome in, everybody. It's Hump Day. You are here with me. Thank you for being here. It's a great day. So let me do a couple things here first. Where are we at? There we are. Folks, check out my partner channels. Pete Mcdevitt Show, Tina Marie's Place, and Parts with the Pridgens. All three great channels. They do their own thing. They're awesome. And I love each and every one of them. So check them out. Also, we're going to talk about another channel tonight with my guests as soon as I bring them in. But yeah, let's get him in here. And I'll make him wave too, like he makes me wave Friday nights. What's he doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
It's Hump Day hangout. I dropped the lubricant. Can't reach it.
You better get her. It's not going to be a very pleasant night for you.
It's a Wednesday.
Yeah. All right. So we got a bunch of friends in here, Pete. So we got Dave Stragan, Plymouth Rock, Francisco.
I'm supposed to wave. Hold on.
Yeah, get your hand.
I bought a hand.
You did.
So
yeah, now you can wave. Francisco's here. Dapper Vanta Cruz here. Monorail Molly is here.
Okay.
Christina Pridgen. Molly's mom's here.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Now I'm
boy.
definitely in trouble.
Yeah, we better behave tonight. And my mom's also watching, so I definitely got to behave. I'll get yelled at again. Regina Erie's here with a little tree on the end. We'll talk about that shortly. Double K is here. Ghost host Jason, welcome in. Becca, hi
No.
Becca. Regina. Jennifer Caruso's here. Oh boy, Jennifer Caruso. I'm glad things worked out for you today, dear. I don't know. Do you think that story's made up just so she could spend another day at Disney?
I don't know what the story, but I'm sick of listening to Amber complain right now.
Why? What's the matter with Amber?
She ordered this package, something from Amazon or something that she really important, needed it here, and apparently it fell off a truck in Orlando and got destroyed. So now she's got to wait 4 more days. I don't know.
Oh, that's funny. That's great. Way to go, Jennifer. Molly's mom. Oh, yeah, I forgot Molly's mom's here. Debbie Burnfield's here too. Boy, we're all in trouble tonight. We're gonna be getting, me and Pete will probably be getting yelled at all night long. Movie Mania Nick. Welcome in, Nick. Gloria Thibodeau's here. And I think I'm caught up. Regina Erie's here. So, Pete, speaking of Regina Erie, did you hear she has a problem that it just keeps following her around?
Is it Movie Mania Nick?
No, it's not Movie Mania Nick. Good morning, Tina, or good afternoon, Tina Marie. There's Tina Marie's place. Jeffrey's here. If I missed anybody, just keep putting in the chat. Dave, hello, Dave. She has a problem. So, and I'll tell you the problem. I had pictures of me and Regina in various places.
Mm-hmm.
So I went back yesterday and I was looking at these pictures and something mysteriously happened.
Okay.
And I
Are
think
you
this
share
is
these pictures?
Yeah, I'm going to share the pictures. I think this is Jennifer Caruso's fault because I went to look at these pictures on my phone and now all of a sudden Regina has a tree in front of her face on all of them. So there's me and Regina at a restaurant. It's a tree of life too. I don't
It's
get
a
it.
tree of life.
There's us at in Spaceship Earth, or no, we were in the seas with Nemo. But you see Jennifer Caruso, she's just laughing it up. I think she did this.
Off the life.
There's me and Regina in front of Moana. There's Regina. She even took this picture. That's a whole bunch of us on the safari.
Look at Jeff's reaction to the tree being in front of her.
I know. He's shocked. But look
shocked.
at Steve. Steve's laughing. So I think maybe Steve did it.
Steve looks like he was looking with somebody next to Regina with a sandwich.
And then this was down at the meetup, Pete. This was at the Mexican restaurant. I didn't see any tree there. Did you?
I didn't see any trees, but apparently there were.
Yeah, because it just appeared in this picture. There's another one. That's at the restaurant we had brunch at on Sunday.
Ron does not like agriculture either, so he's not happy.
No, yeah, look at him. Oh, and then there's my little sign that Santa's always watching.
This is true.
I sent it to you. I didn't mean for you to put it in there.
Melinda's yelling at me. She's like, I sent it to you. I didn't mean for you to put it on stream.
What do you expect?
So, but Santa's always watching. Kind of like Pete Mcdevitt. Pete Mcdevitt's always watching.
I don't know about that.
Maybe not when somebody's in the restroom, but uh-oh. There's Jennifer. What'd she say?
This is all.
Oh, Tina's making Brussels sprouts.
I like Brussels sprouts.
Ugh.
Grill them. They're really good.
Grill them.
That's how you.
I would have to put garlic, a lot of garlic on them.
Angie used to make them like that.
But Jennifer's telling me to stop. I'm in trouble.
Garlic and butter.
Garlic and butter. Sounds good. There's Amy AJC Magic TV. She had a great stream tonight with her trivia. Debbie Thunert's here. John Surfbum's here. Holy cow, a lot of people here tonight. That's because of you. You're a celebrity.
No,
I'm just me. So what's been going on there, brother?
No, it's just not much. Just same old stuff. Working on the channel. Working on the channel, taking care of kids. And I've been working on this Christmas video that I'm doing. So just trying to get that done.
Yeah, I saw that.
Trying to get the
That's
website
nice.
updated and changed and stuff we're doing. All that, just stuff, basic stuff, working to bring more channels into the community, working on the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Well, I tell you,
it's a
you had a
24-hour
busy
hobby.
week. Yeah. You had a busy weekend last weekend. You had a Zoom call for members. You had the morning or afternoon Sony 4K. You could tell I'm used to doing coffee talk. Hi, Sheree. Welcome in. You had the moderator tutorial, which is always fantastic. I love it. And I always partake in it because you always, I had a teacher in high school that told me that if you're not learning something new every day, then what's the point of being out there? You there? I think he's froze. I think you're froze, Pete.
Mom called.
Yeah, Pete's froze. Oh, you're trying to come back. Oh, he left. He'll come back in. So, welcome back, Tina. JD, hey, what's up, buddy? He'll try to come back in. But.
Did you hear me?
What?
Mom called.
My mom?
Yes.
Am I in trouble?
She can't get on.
Why?
Because it's asking for her password, and she don't know that.
Oh.
The power went out.
Oh. All right. I'll get that straightened out after the stream. Theo, hello, Theo. I wonder if Pete lost power because I know they're in a wind advisory like we are. So we'll hang tight. He should be back. Especially Leslie. Hello, Leslie. Hello. What's going on? So Pete had a lot of fun things this weekend. He did the Zoom call for members, which is always fun. He did the moderator tutorial. They did the Hall of Fame stream, the series of recognition, and he also did the meetup, the meetup stream with me and Molly, and Kelsey was in there, and we had a good time, and we named a bunch of things that. Yeah, well, John. We just had a storm rip through here. And I'm telling you, the temperature dropped. Let's see. Temperature dropped almost 20 degrees within an hour. And, I know there's a tornado just north of us that came through. So I'm glad I got everything in this afternoon because I saw it was going to be windy. Steven, welcome in, Steven. And Plymouth Rock, if I didn't say hello to you, I apologize. Pete's mod class is epic. Yes, it is. It is. It is very informative. Things, it's great. You did send that storm over to me. You did. Jen, can you message him, see if he's okay? For me, please. Thank you. But yeah. We had a lot of fun. Me and Pete, I'm on Pete's stream Friday nights, and we also did last night. We did a football stream. You're welcome. Yeah, well, thanks. We did a football stream last night, and go figure, the first game that he has us pick is the Steelers Browns game. So I don't know. Everybody thinks it's going to be a blowout. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think it's going to be a tight game. I think the Browns are going to come out and play a really good game. 1+ inches of rain tomorrow in front. We're supposed to get snow tomorrow. We're supposed to get snow, and then Friday morning, Thursday night, Friday morning, we're supposed to get more snow. I'm kind of hoping for a 2-hour delay. That would be fantastic. Snow already. Well, usually we get our first dusting or snow flurries in October, Christina. This year we haven't.
We've had snow for Halloween before.
Yeah, we've had snow for Halloween. This year we haven't. It's been warm. In fact, it was 65 degrees today. And now that front's coming through, and it's already dropped in the lower 40s, and it's supposed to be in the lower 30s by morning. So.
He's sitting backstage.
Huh?
Molly said he's just sitting backstage.
I don't see him. There's nobody backstage.
Molly just said it again. He is backstage.
There's nobody backstage.
Okay.
I'm looking at it right now.
Tell Molly that.
Yeah, we have nobody there. Pete, if you can see me, go back out and come back in. Now it's here. There you are now.
Yeah, I was sitting back there. I was watching you talk about the weather.
Oh, okay. Oh, he went again.
Huh.
Try and bring him back.
Never had this issue.
No. So I'm wondering.
Bailey.
He left again. Should be coming back. I'm sorry, folks, for the technical issues.
Bailey Sue.
I don't know if it's our internet. Let me check. I don't think it is.
Come back, Pete.
He's coming back, but he don't have no picture.
Huh. I want a refund from today's stream, JD said.
I'll get that in the mail, JD. No, it ain't on our internet. We're blasting through.
Could be the weather.
It could be. Well, he hasn't got it yet.
I know, but the internet.
I mean, the signal does have to work in space.
Mm-hmm.
There you are.
My phone keeps ringing, and every time I get priority calls, it cuts me off.
Oh, okay.
So.
All right. Well, hey, listen, everybody out there, don't call Pete right now. But we were talking about the weekend, and I got up to the series of recognition show you and Chris did, which was fantastic. I love the buttons.
Great
You
job
even
with the
told
buttons.
me you even told me I can't trade.
No.
Yeah, I'm a little upset about that because that button is fantastic, absolutely fantastic. And a lot of people were nominated. Belinda was nominated. Molly's mom was nominated. Let's see. Is there anybody else in the chat? If you're in the chat and you were nominated, make sure you put it in. Also, if you're in the chat and you are in the Hall of Fame, put your number in.
JD wants to know if he was considered priority if he calls.
So no, you're not priority, JD.
It is what it
Regina-
is. My computer here has got. I got to buy another computer, and I've been holding off because I had other responsibilities I had to take care of. But the one computer that I had you on, the battery memory on it is I wasn't thinking about it because I looked at it before the show and it was at 100%. And the minute we went live, it drained it all the way down. So that's why I had to jump over to my phone. That's why I went. I thought it was you that froze because it looked on my end like it was you that froze. I was like, wow, that's weird. And then I tried to come back over to here and do my thing. So here we are. We're back.
Yeah, we're back. We're back. We get it figured out. Things happen, and that's the thing, the internet.
Mhm.
It's not a complete, error-proof system yet. I mean, things happen and we just deal with it and we keep rolling.
Regina, Ron, and Nick were all nominated.
Regina, Ron, and Nick. Yes, all three of them were nominated.
Mm-hmm.
Ron Cruz. I heard that one and I was just like, oh God, Ron. Ron's a great guy. So he threw. I think he threw his underwear against somebody.
Oh boy.
He's into doing that nowadays. The Thibodeaus were nominated. Yes, they were. That's great. But
It was a great stream. It was a great stream, and a lot of good people with eligibility for this one.
Yeah, there were. So, how did that? Because I know some people missed your stream, or but Pete, tell me how that all got started.
It actually got started, to be honest with you, something that's as serious as can be for all of us now got started as a joke. It was a simple thing of I was backstage to be interviewed with Mickey's Magic, Meg, and we were sitting backstage watching Steve from the World. He was streaming from home back then. He wasn't even at the park yet. And he was doing a show on his favorite Muppets, his top 10 favorite Muppets or top 15 favorite Muppets or something like that. And I made the joke to Meg that that it would be funny to give everybody a Muppet counterpart. And she actually came back to me and said, well, no, that people would take that as mean. People would assume that it was you were meaning for like Gonzo to be Shep because, we used to make fun of his nose and stuff like that. And I'm like, no, that's not what I mean. I was like, I just think it would be cool to give people an honor of that. And it ended up evolving over time, probably about a 6-month window. It went from a joke one night to, okay, wow, we can get a sponsor, which we did, which was our good friends over there at Corner Sports. We could recognize people. It could be taken seriously. We found 20 channels that were a core part of the community at that point and said, hey, who would you all vote for if you couldn't vote for yourself? Who would you? We gave them all 7 votes, and they picked out who they felt would be the people that they would want to see go in. And then we, from there, put a show together and built it up. And, now it's pretty spectacular. You got, this is the 9th show. So over 8 shows, 252 people. Think about that. Of the tens of thousands of people that flow through this community on a regular basis, 252 of them only have been recognized. So if you've had your name called out on the nomination show, that's spectacular in itself because that means that someone cared enough to put your name down and say, you're doing something that means something of value to this community, whether it's streaming, whether it's saying hello, whatever it is, it's pretty awesome. And if that's happening, then great. But 252 people received the ultimate thing of having enough votes that they were the top vote getter in what they did in this community, and we put them in. They were given a character to represent them as their going character. Everybody knows their character and knows their number. Everybody was given a number, just like the Football Hall of Fame. And I'm trying to tell this computer that I want it to reset. Just type it here and do this. Ever since I got all this new equipment in here, the computers don't act the way they should. So everybody's got all this information. They've got, they're being told, hey, you're fantastic. You're the greatest. You're the greatest moderator. You're the greatest supporter of communities, or you're an incredible content creator, and for 252 people, that's been a pretty spectacular thing. And, when you think about it, you're only talking about 24 people at a time that are going in. It's an incredible. Debbie Bernfeld, is there a place to check to see if you've been or nominated? Well, you can watch the show from the other night, Leslie. You can watch the stream from the other night. We read every nominee there is.
Yep.
We read every nominee there is. You can do that. And in order to get that nomination, you have to have more than 2 votes. Now, it's not a lot, but when you think about it, that everybody only gets 7 votes, and it's a limited amount of votes. It's not like there's an excessive amount of votes. Everybody's getting unlimited amount or whatever they want. They're only getting a certain amount.
Yeah.
So with that, to hear your name read, to be able to say, hey, wow, more than 2 people of the current Hall of Famers. The people that are voting are the current Hall of Famers. You have to be inducted to be eligible to vote. If you're not inducted, you can't vote. So it's those who are already in, saying, we understand that we're part of an elite class selected by the community. We want to bring this individual in with us. They are deserving in whatever the realm is that they're deserving to get in there. And to do that, it's pretty spectacular. Then everybody gets a custom-made button, which I actually have it right here. This is the custom-made button that we have. I don't have a ton of light there. For that, where I'm sitting after this light went out on me. But
I love that button.
if you want to get a good look at the button, again, go back and watch the stream from Saturday, the nomination stream from Saturday. It's on the channel. I'm not pushing it because it's monetized, because every one of these is not and will ever be monetized on my channel. This is about community. This is not about Pete earning a penny. This is what we do it for. So they are not monetized. So it's not like I'm doing it because I get something out of it. All I get out of it is the happiness of knowing people in the community are seeing something that is good, something that comes from the heart, that I think God Almighty would look down and say, you're doing a good thing. And that's what's important to me.
Yeah. And Paul even said it right. The votes were difficult to decide as well. I mean, there's so many awesome people in this community that, you only get a certain amount of votes. I believe it's 7, right?
7 per Hall of Famer. Yes.
Right. And I knew I had a hard time choosing the 7 because it's like, oh man, this person's, oh no, I forgot about this person.
And eventually my hope is that all deserving over time will get in. But the more you're involved in the community, whether it's moderating or whether it's following channels, it has nothing to do with money. You can give all the money you want and all the super chats you want, but it has nothing to do with that. It has to do with, if you're a creator, being a content creator that's quality, that's bringing the happiness, bringing the joy, people like your content. It's if you're, a moderator, that you're a great moderator across multiple channels. People see you out there. You're out there sharing content. When people see you down in the parks, you act with integrity and respect, and you earn the respect of other people. Maybe you're out there pushing, helping other channels. Maybe you're volunteering, helping other channels. I know for a fact that I've seen multiple people that are helping other people doing things, and their votes skyrocket when people see it and know it, and they hear all the good things about it. Sharing out other streamers. If you're, there and you're a streamer and you're telling others, it's it. I didn't get a ballot yet, JD said. Does it come by email? JD, they were all sent out on email to the email that we have for everybody. And if it went to your junk mail and you did nothing with it, I promoted it for 60 days and we allowed it to be voted on from August. It was voted, you had from August till September 15th there was a 45-day window. Mrrunnerholic did an amazing job setting up the ballot this year. It's the first time we had a ballot. I was doing
That
it all
was
by Excel file and doing it all myself, and she created a ballot on Google Docs. That was fantastic. It was everybody said this is the easiest it's been to vote. Why haven't we done this the whole time? Well, I didn't have a monorail in my corner. That's why. Now I do, and so the voting was great. And again, the voting is all done. It's been done since September 15th. I know the 24 slot positions and who's going into them. The only other people know are my oversight committee, which is Tina and Molly and Steve and Chris, Dad Builds. Corey and Josh both have opportunity to look at it, being part of the oversight committee, but they trust us and just say, hey, go do it. If you need us, you get us involved. And knock on wood, this is our 9th time. We haven't had to go get them because we couldn't agree on something or we couldn't do it. I set it up this way when I started with an oversight committee. Props to Donna and Nick, who started out helping us, and they have moved on, and we're grateful to them for what they did and helping us. But Tina stepped in and jumped right in, and Jen stepped right in and jumped right in to help us, and I think it's working very well.
Yep.
I'm again surrounded by incredible people to help do this. I also made it so that just so everyone knows, I'm not eligible. I'm not eligible to go in. I won't be eligible to go in. The only day that I would allow myself to be eligible to go in is the day when the community decides, well, this has run its course. When people stop voting, when people have no interest in the show anymore, when people don't think it brings value anymore, then that would be the time that I would say, if the committee felt that I was deserving and deserved to be in there, then I would consider it. But until then, someone has to be outside the bar, making sure that the people have ID that are getting in. And that someone can't be somebody who's drinking. It's kind of an old analogy my grandfather used to use when I was like 16, 17. And that's kind of the analogy I've used with this. Someone has to be on the outside, sitting in a, president emeritus type thing, that can take the heat if heat needs to be taken, that can make a decision, that can oversee anything without having an agenda. I have no agenda in it. My only agenda is that the votes come in, that they are all counted, that there's an oversight committee that can see everything that's being done, so that it's not one person making the decision. No one person should ever have the authority to make the decision over everything when it comes to a community thing like this, in my opinion.
So JD did send his votes in over the summer, so you're good.
I thought he did. Yeah, I thought he did. I didn't have that in front of me, but I thought.
Yeah,
he
you
did,
only vote once, JD.
Mm-hmm.
You only vote once. Like we don't vote again with the nominations that are read. It's all done by the votes now.
We're not living in Florida.
No. So we did have some more people come in. Tim Rempel's here. Sebastian Crab. We do have Crabs. She's in a plane now. I don't know how getting a crab in a plane, is that safe?
Samuel L. Jackson won't be happy.
No. Who else came in? Dean Turkey Legster. And Jersey Mike's here. What's up, Mike? So yeah, the Hall of Fame is fantastic, and I was shocked, when I got in, because I wasn't around very long prior to that. I just started, doing my shows and doing all that, but I was a moderator before that, and I was shocked that I got in, and I was very humbled and grateful. This community means a lot to me. It saved me from a lot of personal issues that I was going through at the time, and as have you.
The fact that your peers are voting is an amazing thing.
Yes,
it's not somebody sitting at a desk thinking, I want this person, I want that person. It's your peers, and the votes actually have to come in. And Doug, the last 3 years, and a couple, I think Tina and Jen are both in here right now. They can vouch for the fact that these last like 3 or 4 spots, the last 3 years, three classes have come down to the final votes, the final, like me saying, okay, there's 24 hours left to vote, and they are separated by 1 vote. There was there was one this year. There's an entity, because I don't want to give away who it is or whatever it is, but there's an entity that should have gone in this time. However, they're not. And the sad part is there are Hall of Famers that don't vote for whatever reason. Maybe they just don't have the time, or they don't want to, or, whatever. And the sad part is, had the Hall of Famers voted, these people would have gotten in, and they deserve to be in. They should have been in 3 times ago, but they don't have the votes. And I
Yeah.
sat back and just shake my head, because I've had people, at times, well, these people should be in. Well, this person should be in. Well, why is this person not in? Well, you're
Yeah.
a Hall of Famer and you didn't vote. Why are you even worried about it? Maybe you
Right.
should vote next time, because
Well,
it is,
you
it
said
is
about
needed.
not having time. It took me all of 2 minutes to vote,
Well,
especially.
it takes a little time to work through it or anything, but for whatever reason they don't want to. My theory is, don't come back to me with heat about, who got in or who didn't get in, or why aren't these people getting in, if you're not even taking the time to vote. I
Right.
don't want to hear
Well,
it, so.
hi, Heather and Emmy.
And you're
Welcome
going to
in.
have a certain percentage of people that don't vote, Doug, because, look, you got some of the, I don't mind saying this part, you got some of the major players that vote in our community, and you got some that don't. And there's a couple of them that don't know half the people around there, because they're off on their own world and doing their own thing
Yeah, I
and
get
trying to
that.
figure out what they're doing. And they're not in the chats and all that all the time and everything.
Right.
But
Hello,
another
Wanda.
interview.
Do we have a Solly? A
It was
Solly.
Amber. She wanted to see if I wanted some dinner. She was making dinner for Eric, so she wanted to see if I wanted some. And yeah, Sully was coming in looking for red velvet cake that I was giving him earlier that she doesn't know about. So,
That's great.
yeah.
Yes. Listen, the Hall of Fame's great. I love it. And by voting in by your peers is fantastic. And that's what got me so much, is that all these other people thought enough of me, to want me in that group. And that's what's great about it. But
Well, if you heard your name Saturday, you should be proud. You should be excessively proud, because it means that more than 2 of the people that are already inducted into the Hall of Fame thought to write your name down. Now, I'm not going to say if it's 2 or 20 or 50 or 5. I'm not going to go over the numbers. I'm just going to say you had enough. And that's a great thing to hear your name, because that means you're doing something. You're on the right track. People are noticing, all of that. That's a great
yep.
thing. It's another level of happiness when you realize the only people that are going in, we have 24 slots each time. That was the number we started with. That's the number we continue to do. So there's 24 slots. 4 of those are already lined up, because you have an achievement recipient, you have a military recipient, you have a male lead for that class, and a female lead. So 4 of those are gone, and then there's 20 regular slots. And the fact that you had the most votes, you get into those 24 slots because you had the most votes. It's not like we have a bunch of votes come in and then we as a committee pick it up. No, there is a top vote getter. I know from every class who the top vote getters are. I usually share that with them privately and say, keep that to yourself, but I want you to know that you were a top vote getter, but you have to have enough to get in. And it is the top 24 spots, boom, right there. And then the only thing that would change is, and we haven't had it happen yet because luckily the votes have worked out. If we get down to that last spot, that 24 spot, and there's 2 or 3 people tied for it, then I put those 3 names into an email and send it to the oversight committee, including Josh and Corey, and say, okay, the last spot, the 24 spot, is tied for these 3 people. Please vote for these 3 and tell me who it should be. And the oversight committee would make the final selection.
Nice. Well, that's
So it's
awesome.
mindful.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know what they're talking about.
Curtis
Something about
family
it.
had a question about numbers or something I saw that went through. Chris had some question. And then there's the character tie-in. We select a character tie-in every time to honor the creativity of every illustrator, every writer, every person that thought to collect and create those characters, every storyboard writer, every painter, whatever. we honor the characters by tying them in. Every inductee has a class. This class right now is Park Pals. It was the name of it came actually from Monorail Molly. Chris and I were going through different concepts we wanted, and she threw that out one night, and it's laid out to be all those characters in the park that make your park visit, but might not necessarily be picked in other categories. So
Right.
it's really cool. So it's like the Orange Bird is one of them. You got we had the Red from the Pirates is one of them. Chubby is one of them. It's all these crazy great characters. So it's a great one that you get a character to go with you with every class. And we've already announced the next two classes to follow. The next two classes to follow, we are going back into Star Wars and Marvel and doing a round 2 because when we did those the first time, yeah, we had a lot of great characters that went by quick, but there's so many out there. So it's going to
Yeah.
be, Star Wars is going to be a Return of the Class or Revenge of the. We're doing something. We're coming up with a name for it. And same with Marvel. We're going to come up with a theme.
So I know the nominations are different every year on how many are nominated. What was the total this year of nominations?
It's like 151 people, 152 somewhere in there had more than 2 votes and were eligible. Out of there was over 360 some people on the voting ballot. Plus we had a ton of write-ins this year too, Doug. You have the option of doing if somebody's not on the ballot, you can only once you get on the ballot, you stay on the ballot unless you pass away or you leave the community in a bad way. So you stay on there. Okay, we don't take you off. However, we have write-ins, and this year we had the most write-ins we've ever had. And that's because there was a lot of newer people of the community that were coming in that were making an impact that people wanted to have their name down there. And I thought that was really cool that people were taking the time to put in the write-ins and putting them onto there, and you're going to see a bigger, better, stronger ballot again next year. It's going to be another great opportunity of people to vote for next year when we do it. So.
Yep.
And the class that's going in this time, Doug, I'm telling you, I've seen it up and down. It is compiled of people from the community that are just people in the chat. There are a couple major players out there as YouTubers. There's a major player as an Instagrammer that's going in. There's also a couple people that are incredible moderators and supporters that way. It is just it is one heck of a group.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the first year we've had some West Coast.
We had, I got to make sure I say this right because I don't want to give anything away. I will say that this is the first time out of all the classes that we've had as many California creators, be they vloggers, YouTubers, live streamers on any of the platforms, than we've ever had. And that probably played into a lot of the write-ins. It also played into the fact that we are working diligently on my channel to break down this imaginary wall. I feel like Ronald Reagan to Gorbachev, Mr. California streamer, break down this wall, because there is a ton of incredible creators out there that people on the East Coast need to know about, give them more chance for more great content. And guess what? There's tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of people that watch the California creators that don't know a thing about people like me or anybody else on this East Coast. And we want to help them find them. And that's exciting to me.
Mississippi River, just went straight up to the stratosphere.
It's just always, look, I've been around 11 years. It's always been that way, Doug. It's all, I remember the first year I came in, I actually had somebody almost verbatim tell me, you got to pick if you want to be a California person or a Florida person in the content you watch, because people don't watch both. And I'm like, Walt Disney never got up in the middle of Disney and said, all right, y'all, pick a side. You're on that side, you're on this side. What do you want? You want a churro? You want a cookie? Pick a side. You can't, no, we're not doing that. Walt Disney, when he opened Disneyland, said, everyone welcome. Everyone welcome. And that's what we do here. And that's what I'm doing. Was Joey's World #1? Yes, Joey himself was the first #1 inductee to go into the class. What a great representative of the passion and love of our community than Joey. Come on.
if someone was written in on a ballot, does that mean they will be on the ballot next time?
Yes, they will. If they got a write-in, whether they got 1, 2, 20, they will be on the ballot the next time and be available. And the ballot's as simplified as easy to use. It's Jen absolutely destroyed it. You
Yeah.
know, um, it's just another thing that she's helped me with this channel. I'm blessed in the fact that I am surrounded by incredible people, yourself and Jen and Tina and everything. But you know, to have a home run hitter sitting, it's kind of like, for me, I always feel like, I use a baseball analogy. I don't care what pitcher you got on the mound. I got Babe Ruth sitting over there ready to help me. So don't worry about it.
And
And that's what happens.
Molly, I just dropped her link. We
Yeah.
want
Go
to
ahead.
get her subscribers.
Yeah, we're trying to get her up to 100 so she can have her channel name. And also so that her mom threatened, Doug.
She threatened you.
Anita said, if we don't get her up to 100, she is going to go out next spring and her whole yard is going to be purple flowers and it's going to be everywhere. And I'm excited about it. So if y'all don't want to do it and you want me to win and get purple flowers all in Cleveland, we can do that. But
I thought she already had purple flowers.
she had blurples. They were blue purple. They weren't. I actually did scientific testing and they were blurple. So I kind of lost out. I thought they were purple the whole time and I was wrong. I was wrong. They were blurple. So let's get Molly great again. Let's do it. Let's get it up there and get it going. Let's get her to 100. We were at 100. We had her over 100 and some people decided to undo it. So let's get her over 100 here. So that would be good.
Yeah, she's at 94 now.
And you never know. Maybe someday she'll create. I mean, there's a lot of people that said, I'm not interested in creating. And all of a sudden, a year down the road, changed her mind. Maybe one day she will create. Who knows? Maybe one day, maybe she never will. But at least she have 100 to hold her name.
I know the answer to this question, but you might be able to explain it better.
Okay.
So can someone be nominated individually, but their channel is also nominated?
No, the way it's done is like Living in Diz, when they were nominated and they had enough votes to go in, each member of the channel was inducted. Same with PTV. When PTV had the number and did it, all 4 went in. So if it's a channel that has multiple people involved, then they go in as a channel. So
correct.
And you cannot double go in. Like if you have your own channel, like I'll use Dave of Brandy and Dave. He's got his own channel. And then they got the this and that. He can't go in under Brandy and Dave and then have another thing where he's inducted over this and that. We're not doing it that way. It's just once you're inducted, you're in, and that's it.
And going back to Joey, Joey's awesome. I wish him and Lisa would sit down and do this more, but I love listening to Joey talk about sports.
The even better thing is getting in. I get letters from him consistently. And of course, I can't write back, and he knows that, but he just writes to me, and it's just incredible to sit and listen to read them. I love it. I love it.
Yep. He's amazing when it comes to sports. Like he'll pull statistics out of left field, and like it's amazing, and I love it. And Lisa and Keith are some of the nicest people I ever met. They're all amazing. And is Lisa going to be on your next?
She will be on the 26th. She will be joining us to talk about disability. Tuesday, the 26th at 7:00. We are going to go back at the disability factor again and talk about it. Okay.
Good.
I'm going to be working on that this coming week because it's next week. It's hard to believe.
It is. So you got so many shows going now, and then you just mentioned the 24-hour Christmas thing you got running over on your channel.
We just had the 24-hour Christmas video just got rated a couple minutes ago. Donnie Land saw that, I guess they're out there and they just rated it. All of a sudden, it went from 15 people watching to 70 people watching over there on the Christmas. I was kind of laughing. I was looking over. I was like, what is going on? So, yeah,
I love Donnyland.
I wanted to do this a year ago, and I watched a bunch of people do it, and I just didn't have the time or the encouragement. And then, I was sitting there the other day and was talking with Jen, doing some other stuff, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna take a shot at this. Jen created the video part where you see where it's our logo and Santa Claus is going off there. She helped create that for my streams down in Florida, and I took advantage of that, utilized that with some other video content. So you'll see some of your favorite creators on this video out there from the parks, and we put together a musical thing. I put together a musical thing with all the music that I liked, and then we played it yesterday, and YouTube said, nope, you're not doing that. That's against our policies. I think it was the Michael Bublé song that did it, and took it down. So I went back and I started at 1:30 in the morning last night after my stream got taken down, and I started using the free music that you can use. Thank you, Christina G. And I worked till 5:30 in the morning till my eyes just started closing on me, and I wasn't seeing straight. I was like, I gotta go. So I went to bed, got back up this morning, got back on it, and it's done, and it's up and it's running. And I'm gonna let it run for, I think it's gonna run for 7 hours today, and then I'm gonna turn it off tonight when I do my show, and then I might put it back on overnight and just let it run and see how it does. If people like it, we'll keep doing it. So it's almost 3 hours of untapped content, and then it loops after the 3.
Yeah.
But nobody's going to be on there, I don't think, 6-8 hours at a time. So
No, you got 17 people in there right now. But you know what? That also gives, and what you've given the opportunity is, and what I'm watching is a lot of people in chat just talking.
Yeah.
Saying, hey, how are you? What's going on? That's given an opportunity for more people to connect.
Right. Christina
So,
G, it's over on you can find it right on the front of my channel. It's just you open up my channel, it's right there.
hi, Christina. How are you tonight? So yeah, I think it's great. Debbie's in there, Jeannie's in there, Space Mountain Dave's in there. I think it's a great idea. I think
My goal is honestly twofold. One, to give the people of our community who might want something like that or might like something like that where they could sit and talk and just listen to music or play it in the background at work or whatever. That was my first priority. My second is find new people. I constantly want to grow our community, and I want to grow it with the right people in the right way. Because
Yep.
if I find somebody, then maybe they'll follow Caruso, maybe they'll follow you, maybe they'll follow Steve or Dad Builds or Tina or whoever that I am shouting out and talking about. And that's my goal. That's my 2 goals with that video. And so far, we picked up 3 people that came in that I've never seen their name before that were in there. So that's pretty good.
Are we ever going to see a Pete Mcdevitt driving the sleigh?
No, I got one hand. How am I going to drive it?
You only need one hand.
Well,
No, you need
good
2 you need 2 when you're jerking.
Oh, when what? When you, did you say jerking?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
night.
2-handed.
Molly's at what?
98.
98.
Okay.
Uh,
I'll keep working to get her there tonight.
Plymouth Rock says stick shift.
There's a lot of great people that we find. Like right now on the screen, I see Jay and Plymouth and Dean, and you find people in this community that you get to
Jay's
know, and you build relationships with these people, and many of them, have been to the house, and it's awesome.
Uh-oh.
What?
I don't know. She said, excuse me.
I don't know.
We're in trouble about something. But
you're in trouble. I didn't do anything.
I didn't do anything either.
Yeah.
If I would have did something, this one would have thrown a pillow at me.
Don't worry about that one. You better worry about Kelsey. You're apparently an employee of hers now.
Yeah, what's that about?
I don't know.
So,
I have no idea.
So last night, folks, on Pete's football stream, he calls Kelsey up, stating that her employee was giving him trouble, meaning Pete Carney. And after he says that, she says, "Which one, Doug or Pete?" I said, "Wait a second. How did I get brought into this now?"
I was talking about jerking the reins of that's what you do. You jerk the reins of the thing to make your horses or things go. It's a legitimate thing. It's what you do.
Yeah, I never knew what that was called.
It's called jerking the horse.
Oh, okay.
That's what the bull riders use when they're trying to tame the horses, or they're using the rein thing, the leather rein thing to control the horses. Same thing
Mike
with
welcome. So, let's then we had the meetup stream, which was great.
Yeah.
I don't want to spend too much time on that, but I just want people to go back and watch it so they know what to look forward to.
If you're considering coming, you should go back and watch it, because Jen and Tina and myself, and you've been helping. You stepped in, and now Kelsey's helping out a little bit because Angela's stepping out, so Kelsey's stepping in. We've been working really hard on trying to put a layout together for next year's plans. We've added some new things into the last year. We're bringing some good things back. It's one heck of a fun time. And I've had the one best comment that I've heard about it is from 99% of the people coming is that, wow, I really feel like I got my money's worth for what we did here and what we spent. And that's important to me. So, and deposits are going to be due January 15th. So if you're thinking about coming and planning this year, you need to think about it now. You don't have to get all your stuff together. You don't have to go buy flights or anything, but you should go in and watch the video and at least know that deposits are due by December or January 15th.
You get that deposit in. Now, if it turns around, that's refundable, correct? That one?
It'll be refundable up until the second deposit is due, and that second deposit due date depends on where I have to place money. The last couple of years I've had to buy my Oriole tickets by a certain date. So I had to have the first leg of the deposit or the payment paid by a certain date. And that was, January, it was March 1st. So you pay January 15th, you still get another 45 days that you can get your money back after March 1st, which will probably be the same this year, because even if we go and do a AAA game, I think it's going to be similar timing with that once we start making those deposits and I start booking things, your money's non-refundable from there. There's nothing I can do about it. I've had some people over the last couple years that have canceled at the last second in previous years, and I ended up paying their money for them, and I can't do that anymore. We had some cancellations last year. Everybody was very, very understanding in the fact that I couldn't refund their money. I had told them that from day one, and they understood that. But I went and personally took it a step further, and everyone that paid that could not make it, they were mailed all of their door prizes at my expense from the channel. I took it out of my channel fund, and I mailed out all of their door prizes to them. Because to me, they're entitled to that. You don't just take that away because they couldn't make it. They paid to be there. So but yeah, it's going to be a good time.
Belinda will be there. Me and Belinda had a blast. It was so much fun, and as long as you continue to do it and welcome people, we will be there. It's amazing.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited about it. It's a chance to spend time with friends. It's a chance to showcase the committee of people that helped me and put this together. And it's just amazing. I couldn't do it on my own. Can't do it on my own. My committee is huge. Pete, if someone asked you what makes what you do special outside of the friendships, how would you answer for them, because of what you do is amazing for the community? Let me read that again. Let's see if I can bring that back down. Curse family, I'm not standing on the side of the road with a light in my face. I'm trying to figure this out here. Hold on.
I didn't get it the first time I read it.
That's what you do special outside of the friendships. I think the fact of Chris, I would probably say that I would like to believe that what I do for people helps them grow their channel. Their channel is their pride and joy. Their what they do, unless they're working with somebody else, like Lawrence works with Living in Diz, and Jen, and before Jen, Jesse worked with me, and so on and so forth. You know, I would like to think that those people, at the end of the day, when they hit some type of goal, when they grow their channel, when they find success, I'd like to think that they can think back and say, with honesty and sincerity, you know, what Pete did help me.
Hmm.
You know, I don't do it for the accolades. I don't do it because I want people to tell everybody, oh, Pete's the greatest thing to come along since porridge. I don't want that. If you want to tell people to check out my channel and come over here, yeah, I'd love that, because hopefully some of those people that come in will follow some of the other people. And when those people on the other side do it, they'll come back and follow that other person. I hope it ends up being centrifugal in a circle where it comes back around and does that, you know, and
Yeah.
all are helped. I do that for that reason. You know, I don't do it so that I can walk into a park and have people all the time run up and, you know, oh, you're Pete Mcdevitt. No, look, I've been there. Okay. I've been around the wrestling business. I've seen superstars. I've been around the military. I've seen heroes, you know. Um, I there were several soldiers that um, that fought off a full insurgents during the Afghanistan insurgents that I saw and was with down at the Pentagon one day when they were getting their accolades addressed to their uniform. That's a hero for me. Those are the people that deserve to be yelled at. Do I like it when people come up and want to talk to me in the parks, and we can have an interaction that is more than just, you know, something? Yeah, I like friendships. Yeah, I like to say hello to people. Yeah, I like to say, how's your day going? You know, I like to say, hey, are you having a good time at the park? Good. Hey, anything I can help you out with that I could do? You know, because I like, you know what I like? I won't say it's not cocky, it's confidence. I like the fact that I have a confidence right now with what I do and where I'm at and the amount of people I know,
Right.
that I can get something done, that I can tell a new channel, just like I did with that Park Hop channel. Young lady who had 80 or 80 subscribers, and she was the nicest person I met one of the nicest people I met in the parks. And she was blown away by seeing Jenna and Nate. To me, they're Jenna and Nate. You know, to her, it was, oh my God. And I said to her, she's like, and she said to me, she's, I'm 80 subscribers. I'm struggling so bad. It's hard. It's frustrating. Sometimes I want to give up. Nope. No, 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 no. No, no, no. We're not giving up. I will have you 15 subscribers of people who want to check out your content. You've put up one video. It's a stream from the park. I guarantee you they'll go back and they'll click on that. And they'll take a look at it. I said, I'm not going to have you 15 people that just click and don't follow you. And she's like, I don't know if you could actually do that. It's so hard to get a subscriber. And this was on a Tuesday. I said, I got 2 shows. I'll have it for you. And I
Hmm.
did. And I did. And I'm confident about that. You know, I'm confident in the fact that I've treated people with respect from day one of doing this, unless you give me a reason not to respect you. 1.
Mhm.
And 2, I've treated people with respect when they had 1 subscriber, the same as somebody who has 100,000 subscribers.
Right.
Okay. And I've done that since day one. And there's not a lot of people in this community, like on this Christmas video that I did. If you look on there, you know, I went to different friends and said, hey, can you do me a video clip while we're together here of this? And you know, how many people can pick up and say, okay, I got Steve from Steve's World. I got Jackie, Super Enthused. I got Nate on there. I got JoJo on there. I got Tim Tracker. And I got Tim and Jen Tracker on there doing it. Jennifer Caruso. You know, not many people can say that.
Nope. Yeah, I agree. I agree. And it all goes to, you know, the respect that you give everybody, you know, that's why you're so popular, is because, you know, you treat people with respect, and therefore you get that back. And that was always, you know, what I was raised upon.
Hmm.
You treat people the way you would want to be treated.
I try
You know?
to, you know, I
Yep,
try to.
absolutely.
I try to, you know. And it's great to see. I think, you know, when I talk about pride factors of seeing like my kids, you know, like Amber and Kayla, when I took them down there and saw, you know, so like Jeff and Ange and Steve and all those guys, just messing with them and joking with them, and Jeff, throwing eggs at Amber because she's terrified of eggs, and just having fun with my kids. And then, to see Preston and how he's, grown from, this young little buck to a little mature kid. And, when I can go into, this was one of my greatest things. It happened back in September. I rolled into the connections area over there where they do that in Kanto and all that area over there. And I go in the building because it's going to rain. And I had Amber with me and Kayla, and they had gone to use the restroom. And I pull in there, and there's Nate with like 6 or 7 people, fans that he's talking to. And I don't bother people. I don't when they're doing their business, that's their business. They can talk to me afterwards, And I'm sitting there just looking at my phone, sitting there looking at my phone. And what do I hear? I get, hey Pete, where's Preston? That's what I get, And I'm like, you know what? I sat back and thought about it. It's like, I'm proud that my son has made that much of an impression, on Nate, on Steve, people like that they want to see him, that they want to hang out with him. And that's a piece of pride for me, that I'm teaching my kids the same way, the right aspects. Now, my kids were all brought up in a military style household. I wasn't enlisted. I didn't serve. My grandfather was an admiral. My dad served in Vietnam. I was around the military, my position and what I did for 20 years. I've seen it. I've done it. I've been around it all pretty much in one way, shape, or form. From the highest days of class honor recognition to the lowest days of a casket coming home from a downrange. I've been there and done it. And I've learned the respect that it takes. And I try to teach my kids the same way. They may never enter the military, but they will honor, respect, and support the military when I'm gone.
Welcome in, Pete. Hope you're doing
Pino.
well. Well, I'm going to tell you, I've met, 2 of your children. I didn't get to meet Kayla yet.
Chuckles the Clown?
What's that?
Her nickname is Chuckles the Clown.
Chuckles? Okay.
Because you don't know this, Doug. All 3 of them have nicknames. Amber is Woody, and Preston is Nipples. Now, I'll tell you why all 3 kids. So Kayla is Chuckles because Hey Danny, we learned when they were young, that Kayla has the same attitude and temperament as my wife. So when she would get there and do the whole thing, I would call her Chuckles the Clown. Oh, Chuckles is here. So that I got that nickname. And she still answers. If she's in the kitchen and I say, hey, Chuckles, she will answer me and come in. Amber got her name as Woody, not because of Woody the character, because the girl has always been slim as a rail. And we would put diapers on her, and she'd go run around the house, and they would fall off. And we have wooden floors, and she would fall and hit her butt on the wood all the time and be like, ah! So I called her Woody. That's how she got her name. And Preston got his name because when he was a young kid, he'd wear a t-shirt to go to bed. He would go in his room and turn his air conditioner on to Mr. Freeze from Batman. And he would come out of his room and, nipples right through the shirt, penetrating, and I would always yell at my wife, will you please go in there and turn the air conditioner off at night? I don't need to see Nipples McGee all the time. And that's how he got his name.
That's hysterical. Oh, that's funny. But I will tell you, you raised 2 wonderful young ladies, you and your wife, and a great young man. They are awesome kids. They're very respectful. Except when they're putting up balloons in the front yard.
They did a pretty good job. I got this one's going up here tomorrow. Finally, the last one that people were generous enough that day to give super chats and stuff because we had some that collapsed. Well, we went to the store and spent almost all of it, but we had $100 left. And I told my kids, that is not going to us. That is going to get the balloons, but that's what people intended for. So we did buy this giant one where the giant reindeer is hanging Santa Claus off the roof. It's an 8-footer. And that is going on. I'm making Amber's boyfriend climb on the roof tomorrow. And we're going to get that one up. And then there's 3 balloons out there that need lights. Amber's already identified them.
Okay.
Our goal is to get that done tomorrow and film so that I can show it on Friday night show and show everybody the actual final at night. We actually had a one of the local papers stop by our house today, knock on the door and say, I came by here to document this for the local paper of one of the best houses around. Could you put all your balloons up because I can't come back? And we put all the balloons up, and then he took pictures, and then I put them back down because so I was talking with Jen today, and she was telling me you got the weather coming to you, and she has weather coming in and everything, and winds and everything. And I'm sitting here working, and right after I got off the phone with her, all of a sudden I get this weather alert. Baltimore, you've got winds coming. I'm like, thanks for sending them this way, guys. Appreciate it. I didn't need winds, you know.
Well,
So,
she sent it to me, and then I blew it towards you.
oh, well, thanks. I appreciate it, both of you. So.
Hey, you're welcome. Hey, sharing is caring.
Jay Nashville says, I've seen it in person. It's a great setup. Jay Nashville has seen it. And then Paul Engel drove by one day and sent me a complaining text. Drove by to see your balloons. They're not up. I was like, if you'd have texted me and said, hey, we're in the area. We want to see your balloons. Can you make sure they're up? I would have made it up. But no. So I think they were going to dinner or something up here. Which, by the way, Doug, I think I ate it all. But Matthew 1600 now has red velvet, what's it called? Red velvet Chesapeake cake or something like that. It's oh my God. Amber brought it home today. She's like, we got this by accident, Dad. We got 4 cakes. It was gone in like a day. I was like, it's red velvet. It's Christmas time. And bring more of it home.
Yeah. You ought to suggest that for the dessert next year.
Well, the desserts are already lined up for the $6 thing. It's brownies, it's blondies, it's a cheesecake. All the desserts that we're doing come from a local bakery here in town. It's right down literally next to State Fair. That is a wedding cake company. They're a wedding cake company. That's why their desserts are so good.
Well, I'm all for cheesecake.
Well, you'll have plenty of it. You'll have all you can eat there at the thing.
Somebody mentioned earlier that they love the T-shirts.
Yeah, I'm excited about the T-shirts this year.
Oh my gosh.
Katie Wise helped us with the logo the last 2 years. She's crushed it. This year, we're going to make it where everybody will get a shirt when they arrive. Everybody that's coming is going to get a shirt. So that'll be kind of cool. And we're not going to make everybody wear them. If everybody wants to wear them to the Oriole game or something, if that's what the committee chooses to suggest, we're not going to make it mandatory. But those shirts are awesome. They got a great look with the character on front. We're going to have everybody's name on the back of it that's attending. Something new we're going to try this year, which I thought was a great suggestion. Awesome. So,
yep. Yeah.
Did I hear someone call my name? I don't
know. Heather's hearing something.
I don't know. We saw the Adventure Lees down in Hollywood when we were down there.
Yeah.
And we had a great conversation with him. Then when we get done, Heather's like, all right, it's time for the challenge. I'm like, what? She pulls out a bottle of whiskey. She likes to do a shot challenge. She drank me under the table. She killed it. She did 10 of them. I could barely do one. And she got up and she's like, she looked at me and she says, is that all you got, sissy? And I was like, wow. It's like, this is amazing.
She really called you a sissy?
Yeah, well, I should be. Oh, wow. She drank me on the table. She kicked my tail. She kicked my butt. I had no, it was done. Kicked my butt all over the place. So.
Debbie Thunard, are you getting sizes?
Yes, when you would give me your cheesecake, maybe, but not whiskey. When we do the deposits. That would be a good thing, a cheesecake challenge. When we do the deposits, we will be getting information from everybody. Yes. Mm-hmm. How else will we do it? I'm not just going to guess. Doug, I think you're a small. I'm an extra small.
I couldn't even get a small over my wrists.
No, we will get sizes from everybody. We're also going to work. I'm pretty sure the committee was good with doing some type of name badge We're working on that. Kelsey was really excited about that, so I think she's going to help me
Yeah.
with that
Yes.
there. And
Pulled out 500 examples.
that girl, I don't know what to do with her yet. I'm still trying to figure her out.
Like she just pulled them out of nowhere. It's like, here, pick one, and there's like 50 of them. Like,
Yeah, I don't know. She's constantly got something going. So, but yeah, we got the committee's going to get together. We'll figure, as we get closer, we will announce all the finalized decisions. As we get closer, we will have a breakdown of pricing, and everything we showed the other day is liquid. Everybody, it's not 100% done yet. We're still evaluating and finding out pricing and seeing what's the best and going to come up with the best possible plan that we can so that people leave there the same way they left this year, which is, I can't wait to get back. People reach out. I had somebody reach out to me and literally say, I am a subscriber of Jennifer Caruso. I was watching her social media. That thing looks incredible. Is it exclusive by invite only, or is anybody come? Anybody can come as long as they want. So.
yep. And I tell you, it was great to put faces to names.
Absolutely.
It was incredible. It was incredible to meet David T. It was incredible to meet Murph. Oh man, me and Murph had a blast.
Yeah, great people.
Yeah, not only are we the bowling champs,
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
But me and Murph had a really good time.
I'm glad. I love that.
Yeah.
The highlight for me is seeing people connect, because again, that's what my channel's about, connecting and all that. And when I was in mid conversation with Jen and she was getting out of the vehicle to go hug you, and I'm like, mid conversation here, but she
Oh my
was
God,
so
I got
excited
I got
to see
attacked.
you.
I got
That was
attacked.
That was cool though. But that was great to me. That's the excitement I want to see when people connect for the first time. That's the excitement I want to see when people
Yep.
see each other that they haven't seen. Maybe they haven't seen each other for a year.
Mhm.
Maybe they haven't been to the parks. Maybe they haven't seen some people. I think that's what it's all apart.
I can't help it. I'm a chick magnet.
Really?
Shush. Molly runs over to me, gives me a big hug. Kelsey, Elizabeth, whole big room of people comes right to me first.
Have fun with your conversation when the stream ends.
She knows I'm a chick magnet. She knows. She's a lucky girl, aren't you?
I am
Yeah.
too, but it tends to be the birds that show up.
How about Kenneth? Did you see Kenneth H's thumbnail today for tonight?
Hey, Christopher.
It was
I
a
did.
raven,
Yeah.
raven on top of a camel, and they were blowing bubbles.
Yes. Kenneth H does a lot of great stuff. Very unique stuff.
Doug, is the couch comfortable? Yeah.
Yeah, because you're going to be sleeping there tonight.
That's not nice.
Well, that's what he was meaning by that.
I can't sleep out here.
That's what he was meaning by
No
that.
way.
I sleep in here a lot.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
That's
I have
cool.
I have a really nice ottoman that I'll bring in here, and I'll sleep in my studio a lot. Yeah.
So you got a lot of shows now. You're doing the sports.
Mm-hmm.
You do Triple C's
Mm-hmm.
with the ladies. You do Friday night news and merch, and you got your Insomniacs.
And I'm working on bringing back dialogues to interview some people very shortly.
I tell you, I love dialogues. Those were some of the best interviews I've ever seen.
Well, the greatest thing is, Doug, something I've always wanted to do was sit down with some of the bigger creators in our community and do that serious, like Jen and I did with the people that we brought on. And Nate committed to do the show with me. The Trackers have committed to do the show with me. JoJo's committed to do the show with me. So I'm looking forward to getting those, but they all want to wait till after the holidays are over, which I understand. They're busy as all get out and holidays and everything. So I'm hoping after the first of the year, I'll get back with all of them and we'll get going here,
Yeah.
It was awesome for, the Trackers don't do a lot of interviews. They don't do a lot of interviews. Neither does JoJo really. but I talked to Tim and Jen again. It's funny. I pull up and I'm talking to him. In all the time, I had never met Jen. I'd only met Tim multiple times, right?
Mhm.
And I see Tim at the Christmas party, and I go over to him and I start, talking to him, and he introduces me to his wife, and he goes, "Can we have his business card on our desk a bunch of times?" That's what he told her. And I went through the whole thing with her, and I acknowledged. I told him, I said, "Look, I know you don't do interviews much, but I really think people need to hear, your struggles at starting and what it took to get to where you're at. You know, I want to acknowledge, I said I acknowledge some of the BS that you've had go on with some of the stuff in your life during this time frame. I want to, address that in the proper way. I said, I think if you give me the chance, you'll be surprised." And I told him about Terry, Imagineer, that we interviewed. I said, "If you want a reference, call Terry." And she knew who Terry was. And
Mhm.
she says, "All right, well, I'll check in on that." And then, we sat and talked to him for another 25 minutes. And I just talked to him about me and who I was and what I was trying to do. And I looked Jen in the face and I said, "Jen," I said, "here's the one thing. I don't want you to say one thing on your channel about me." And she kind of turned her head and looked at me and said, "I don't want you to go on your channel and tell a soul that you're coming on the Pete Mcdevitt show." I said, "I'm not doing the interview so that you can tell your people and I can lift my numbers. I want to interview you because I want to know about you guys.
Right.
I said, if there's a Mount Rushmore to me, the trackers are on it as far as social media people that, are helping, to get this whole thing off its run. And Tim is definitely a part of it. I said, I want people to hear your story. I said, I want you to have something somewhere else besides your channel where people can go and learn about you and everything." And when I said that to her, I think it resonated a little bit because so many times these people have great success. And you can look at them all, Resort TV1 and JoJo and Lou Mangello and everything he's done on his podcast side and the trackers and, Prince Charming Dev and Jackie and Panda, they're all over 100,000. So many people just want to try to ride their coattail. Just get them on the channel. "Hey, can you share me out? Hey, can you share me out?" It's because they think that, all of a sudden they're going to grow 10 times over because it doesn't work that way. So,
Yeah, and that's one thing. I have never asked anybody to ever share me out. Never. In fact, I've been in your streams where you've told me, "Doug, put your own link in," and I won't do it. I will never self promote myself. I do this because I love the community. I don't care about numbers.
but that's not self-promoting, buddy. That's you following the creator's direction.
I,
And
I,
if
I,
here's the thing, I
I,
will pick up the phone and call Kelsey and Jen again if I have to. I'll call both of them. You follow direction. Don't make me get Peanut involved about following direction. You know how fired up he gets.
oh my goodness, yeah, yeah. He'll be texting me.
Yeah.
Just do what Pete says.
But you don't you do this because you love it and everything like that, Doug. But you've transitioned from a guy in the community to a guy that brings value through creativity in the community. Your coffee talk shows are very good. I came on to them from Florida because I was hoping to bring a little bit to it because I was listening to them as I was going over to the parks and doing stuff, and they were excellent. The interactivity between you and Steve is very good. And I want more people to find that because I think it's excellent. You're doing these, we joke around about the Hump Day Hangout and the name of it and everything, but at the end of the day, you're bringing magic through directional interaction of discussion. And that's key. That's key. You're taking people down a path with the way you're doing it. It's good. You're doing a great job with it, Doug, and you should be proud of that. And more people should see it because I guarantee if they do, they'll take a liking to it. Now, they might not stay long because of you and AJC Amy waving that stupid yellow towel, but they'll like it over here. Don't even pick it up. Don't even pick it up. Don't even pick that thing up. Jen says partner channels should be there to support their partner channels. And if you don't, then what's the point of having them? She's not wrong. When you have a partner channel, the whole key with a partner channel is that they talk about you when you're not there.
Right.
I know that part of my partner channels with like Jeff and Kelly, with those guys, Baker, and Casey, they're not going to be around. in my channel all the time. They've got lives, they got their own channels, they're doing that. So it is my commitment to talk about them and shout them out and do that so that more people can find them. And I just hope in reciprocation it happens for me too.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. And that's one thing that, I show that partner channel thing every morning on my show and every Hump Day Hangout. And JD, you can never find JD. JD's always off doing some kind of wild adventure.
He was at a state fair trying to make out with a llama.
He was. I did remember seeing that, yeah. But that's JD for you, though. JD who? Exactly. You're Insomniacs. This is something that you started this summer, and I tell you what, it caught on. It is a great show.
It's evolved.
It's simple, and you have some games with it. Speaking of games, I have a game for you.
Okay.
This is a segment of our show where I show a picture of Scallywag Steve sleeping, and you have to guess where he's at. And you can get help in the chat, So here's my little intro to it. I hope you like it.
Oh, it was a cat.
He may be here, he may be there, but keep it quiet because we're in the world is Scallywag Steve sleeping.
Wow.
The story behind it, Pete, is no matter where we go, you'll eventually turn around and look and he's sleeping in a corner somewhere.
Okay, that's good to know.
So, yeah, it's all the time. All right, so I'm going to show you a picture, and the chat can help. And if you get it correct, come on. All right. If you get it correct, normally I give 100 Disorder Dream points out of my own tally.
Okay.
But you don't need those.
No, I've already got 1 million that I stole.
Yeah, you stole 1 million of them. So this is what I'm going to do. If you get it correct, I am going to buy one of the items out of Preston's book for the fundraiser for prom.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Beware, Molly says that the shipping is up there, just so you know.
Oh, is it? That's
what
really?
she told me. Yeah.
No, it is what it is.
Okay.
So now I'm confident. This is going to be a tough one. I gave you a tough one. But the thing is when you do that, you got to look at all the little hints around Steve.
If I get it right, I want that yellow towel.
You want my yellow towel?
I want that yellow towel.
Okay, well, here's the deal. Okay, if you win, you will get a terrible towel. But now beware, when we bet on the next Ravens-Steeler game, if the Ravens lose, you have to twirl that flag. You have to twirl the towel.
That's fine because after they win, wait till you see what I do with that towel.
There is a terrible towel curse, right?
Yeah, that's why I should have burnt it again this year, or I wouldn't have had the problem.
Oh, jeez. All right, so here's the picture, Pete. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
There he is. Sound asleep. So, folks, you can put your...
Is there a hint? What state is he in? Is there a hint?
He is in Florida.
Okay. I say he's at his DVC thing that he goes to right by his house all the time, where he was just at this past weekend.
You think he's at his DV or the Blue Green?
Wherever he was at this past weekend, where he proposed to his better half. He was going somewhere. I forget where he said he was going. That's where he's at.
Okay. Anybody else have any guesses? Christina says it's a tough one. It is, but there's little hints in there. So,
well, he's bright red. Looks like a lobster.
Well, he always looks like a lobster. He has that. I joke with him now, Pete, that he has that old guy, Florida leathery skin now because
Ugh.
he's just bakes in the sun all the time.
Yeah, he looks like he's
Beach club, no. So you will not be getting a terrible towel.
Nope.
He is at the Pittsburgh Pirate McCubney Field for preseason.
Oh,
Thus, the pirate shirt, and you see the little pirate garbage can up here.
uh-huh.
So he is. They have these in the outfield. There's like a big boardwalk thing in the outfield where they have food and everything, and then they have these whatever chairs these are. He laid there and slept for like an hour before the game started.
Good for him.
I thought it was
I
funny.
can't sleep at a baseball game.
Well, the game didn't start yet. It was just they went there and for some reason they were allowed to get in there like really early.
Mm.
So, but
Kelsey's
yeah,
here.
oh, there's Kelsey.
Well, she can't hear you.
Can't hear anything. I'm sure. Watch the replay. She can't hear. She's probably she's meeting with Don Jr.
She better be getting him to like and subscribe.
We'll also send a pic to you both to prove I'm not a delinquent today. She's funny. But yeah, she's probably at like some 5-star restaurant with the whole Trump family. You know, having like caviar and filet mignon and
I think she's more in Tanzania eating a snail.
gross. Or tarantulas. She ate tarantulas. How do you feel about that?
I'm not touching. I know. There's no way in hell I'm eating a damn tarantula. No.
I did tell Nico not to send a tarantula.
I'm not eating any of that. Nothing to do with that.
Well, no, he was sending a live tarantula to your house.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No.
So what do you got going on the rest of the week, bud?
What is
You got
tonight?
Insomniacs tonight?
Tonight's Wednesday. Yeah, I got Insomniacs tonight. And tomorrow, football game. Friday, the show. Saturday, I'll be writing the Sunday show and building the Sunday show and letting the Christmas video play all day long and see how that goes. And
Who's your guest tonight for Two Truths and a Lie?
it would be one T. Marie's place.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Who knows what those truths are going to be?
Oh my goodness. That's going to be. Now I'm curious. I might actually wake back up just to watch it.
I have no idea what the heck's going to happen. I haven't even seen the questions. So I'm getting pictures from Kelsey right now, but I can't see them.
Yeah, I didn't get any yet. Tomorrow night we got a big football game?
Yeah, Browns are going to beat the Steelers.
Oh my goodness.
It's going to happen. Mark my words.
Tina says, be afraid, be very afraid.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there. I love, I think that, I've been doing this channel for a couple of years now, going 3 years now. And for a while, I had the Sunday show, the Off the Wall show, and then we had different interviews and everything. I've had a lot of activity on here. I think right now, at this point, my channel has the best content ever. I think it's peaking, where it is right now with the Triple C show, with the girls killing it. This Insomniac show that started because that whole Insomniac show started because Jen got sick. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, Jen got sick one night. She's always helping me and doing stuff to help the channel, and she got sick, real sick, and she was, I knew she was going to be up forever, and I said to her, I said, you want me to go live? She's like, there's nobody to watch and nothing to do. I'm laying here, sitting here on the sofa, and I was texting back and forth. And I said, I'll go live. And then all of a sudden, I did it because she was sick, and then Tina got sick. So then I was doing it for both of them. And then Stacey Rogers started loving the show because she never sleeps. She's like female Dracula. And And it just went from there. But now it's really developed into, Jen and I talked, and she encouraged me about branding and getting the show out there. And now we've got an opening for the show, and now we've got Paul Engel sponsoring the segments. God bless Paul. We've had a great segment on there, and now the True Truth and a Lie is really kicking in. I got people asking to do that segment. We're highlighting new channels. We raid somebody that's on late, and it's a good time. So the show, I love that show. So
Yeah.
between that and the Friday show, I think the Friday show has always been solid, Doug.
Hmm.
Having Chris there or you there to offset a male personality makes the show. Okay. When Chris, left, I was disappointed, but I supported him because, it was all about his kids and wanting to spend time with his kids. And I never fault anybody for that. I wished him well. But I'm glad that we brought you on and did that. But that show got better when we brought the girls in. That was before you got there.
Yep.
Chris and I was talking to Chris one day, and I said, I just don't feel like we're clicking the way we should. What can, what, blah, blah, blah. I went over some things. I said, what about if we bring these guys in and add their comedic talents, add their personalities? I'm already friends with them off camera, a lot. So why not? And we brought them in, and I ain't gonna lie, our views went up 200 views because of them. Wasn't a damn thing because of Chris or me. It was because of them coming on and the interaction that we had, and the show became more to what I wanted it to be. And now it's maintaining that. And we got the four of us and Angela, and Angela brings a different. She has that dry humor, which is great. She brings that dry humor. You need that. You need that whole little mix in an ensemble to give you that. When I look at the show Friends from years ago, and I used to talk about that, you had that mix, that, off mix of all the different characteristics of the five friends. And that's kind of what we've got there with the different personalities, a different mix. We can actually pretty much say something and ridiculous, and we all know what we're talking about without even getting to the point of it, or like I'll be looking at something that we're going to show. I'll be creating the show, and it'll be something from Disney talking about an 18-inch this or that, and I'm already thinking, oh God, these two, what they're going to do with it, So, but I love it. I love it. I'm proud of it. I'm excessively proud of the channel and what it's doing. So
Yeah, and we do have a good time, and we get to see all the merch and all the cool things and all the things that we don't like. There's been some things that we ran the board and said, "Nah, that's all right. We don't want that."
it happens, but it's good. I've already got the show, the news part done for tomorrow, and it's not as many topics because some of them have a lot to them. Like the Germany Pavilion has like 9 items of new merch for Christmas.
Wow.
Yeah, so there's some of that, but it's a good mix. We've got California stuff, I got Florida stuff, I've actually got France stuff this week, so it's a good mix of what all we're trying to do and everything.
Yeah, it's a great show. We have a good time on it, and I was completely honored and humbled when you asked me to do that.
And I thought I thought you would come in behind Chris and be able to give a similar type of atmosphere that Chris did. I mean, Chris's personality is second to none, and I knew that you'd come in and have the same thing, and you both are very passionate about Disney, and you both have solid comedic timing and everything. So I thought it would mix well. And like Chris knew the girls and all beforehand, you knew them all too. It makes a difference when we do. It just makes it a lot easier.
Right.
So
Yep, absolutely. Uh so you got football Thursday, you got news and merch Friday.
yeah. Saturday I'm
Anything
gonna be
planned?
working on the show, and I may do a basketball game on the other channel Saturday night, and then Sunday I've got the Ravens game at night. I've got another football game in the afternoon at 1 o'clock, and I've got our show at 6, and then back to Monday Night Football, and then we're on Hell Week for me. Thanksgiving is Hell Week for me because Tuesday we're going to get back to the football show again, and I'm going to be working hard on this 24-hour stream, kind of playing it wherever I'm not live doing a show. I'm going to try to be playing that for a little bit, and then
Still got a bunch of people in there watching.
Yeah, is it still good? Um,
Yeah.
and then I've got Thursday. I've got Thursday. I'm gonna be live all day Thanksgiving Day with 3 football games. So
I think I
I mean,
just saw Debbie Burnfield fly across the screen.
oh, okay. What on a reindeer?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
she was
So I mean,
straddling.
we're 92 subs away from 24,000. I'd like to get that by Thanksgiving. Is my goal.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome.
Be a nice Thanksgiving deal.
Well, buddy, it was great hanging out with you. It's
Absolutely.
always good talking to you. You know, and you know, I really look up to you. You know,
Thank
I
you.
love you. You know, you're a
Love
good
you too.
friend, and you know, it's always my pleasure to be around you and hang out. And what'd Kelsey say?
It's my honor as well. What did Kelsey say?
I don't know. Oh, she's just saying hi to Tina. Tina's all giddy and excited. Oh yeah, did you Tina was talking about boobs on her stream today.
Doesn't surprise me.
Oh, there was something else I wanted to show. I forgot to
Tina's,
show.
but you can't have a transition like that. You can't talk about Tina's boobs and then say something. You got something you want to show. That doesn't go well.
Well, it deals with Tina, but you know what? I think you probably already know about it,
Oh,
and I'm hoping you show it Friday night. I'm not going to show it on my stream, but I'll send you a picture of it just to make sure.
okay.
You know, it's something that popped up at Epcot this week.
Oh, is it what I sent you?
Yeah, it's what she sent me.
Okay.
So
Oh, I might know about it, but yeah, send it to me. If not,
look at Tina looking around. You guys didn't know I was Santa's little helper. Well, okay, Debbie. I thought you were just straddling the reindeer.
Oh my God, Doug. People
Eric,
thinking pictures, Doug.
It just went by again.
It does go by. That thing is phenomenal that Jen created. We were using it for my streams for down at Disney, and then, look, she said some really nice things about me the other night on the Triple C show, and it caught me off guard at the time because I wasn't expecting. You don't realize sometimes the impact that you make on people,
Yep.
and all I'll say is that my life would not be as good as it is right now if not for Monorail Molly. I would say her real name, but I don't want to say her last name. One thing, if not for her in my life,
Yes.
for what she's done.
And listen, and there are a lot of people that feel that way about you.
Yeah. I hope I can
you-
keep bringing that to everybody. I want to. It's my goal.
You've impacted my life. You've impacted Belinda's life. You've impacted JD's life, Tina Marie's life, the Adventure Lee's lives. And it's just like I said, it's an honor that I get to call you a friend.
I feel the same way, Doug. I wouldn't have asked you to be part of my channel if I didn't feel that way. My channel's the one thing I got that's kept me alive and some of the toughest days of my life. So it's
Yep.
one of the things that I value the most. And I only involve people in with what I do, whether I have them on screen or part of my videos or whatever, if they haven't made a positive thing. So I'm grateful. I'm humble to be on your show, to be your friend, that you're a part of what we're doing. Just like when I asked you to help out with the football shows, I only go to people that I trust, and that's a key thing there. So, and I'd like to remind everybody who's watching, Christmas time is coming. If you haven't heard that song from the opening of the Disney Christmas party show, Christmas time is coming, Christmas. So make sure you get your blankets for Belinda to me so I can get them up to Doug. Send me your blankets. She
No.
needs blankets.
That's
Disney
not
blankets.
that. That's not the. No, you
We have
just
at
made
least
that up.
zip it, Doug. We have at least six blankets being featured on the Friday night show. You could buy them on Disney, send them to my PO box, and we will get them to Belinda because she is being deprived of blankets from Doug, which is really horrible.
I know.
See?
She's not being deprived. We have 50,000 blankets in this house.
I haven't seen any blankets, and I'm very concerned that there will
Okay,
be cold nights in Pittsburgh.
That's it. You guys are asking for it. Next week, when I'm off for Thanksgiving on one of the coffee talk shows, I'm going to take my gimbal and my phone, and I'm going to go through this entire house and show you all the blankets we have.
No.
Doug, just so you know, if you take the camera into the bedroom, that's a totally different stream.
Yeah,
Just
that would
saying.
have to be after 10 o'clock at night, huh?
And I wouldn't do that with Steve either.
Yeah,
All right.
Scallywag Steve.
It's been my honor.
All right, hang tight, bud. I'll be right with you.
Okay.
All right. Mcdevitt, everybody. Fantastic guy, fantastic creator, and a good friend. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. Spending your Wednesday evening with me. I want to wish you guys all good night. Have a wonderful night. I will be live tomorrow morning for Coffee Talk, and Scallywag will be stopping by. So we're going to have some shenanigans with him and maybe put up a poll or two, because he loves polls. But not the same kind of poll Tina likes, but different kind of poll. But have a great night, everybody. Take care. And always go out and do something kind for somebody. Well, wait. What?
A tree just fell outside my house. I think it was going to hit Regina. Gotta go. Bye.
There you go, folks. Regina just knocked over a tree at Pete's house. All right. Have a good night, everybody.
Shine bright up all night. We're never slowing down. Fall in love, drunk mistakes. We're bound to hit the ground. Gotta keep this feeling, keep on.